What's going on, Rangers Town? Great week to be a New York Rangers fan. I've been gone the last couple days, but I'm back for a weekly Rangers review. We'll start with the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers on October 22nd and end with an amazing win against the Tampa Bay Lightning on October 30th. Their only loss was against the Carolina Hurricanes, and the only good player in that whole entire game was Matt Zuccarello, as he had 2 goals. Let's start off with this beautiful effort against one of the best teams in the NHL, the President's Trophy winners of last season, the Washington Capitals. The Rangers come into this game against Washington off a very deflating loss against the Detroit Red Wings. First period, Washington goes up 2-0. Another early goal scored by Lars Eller, followed up with an amazing shot by Alexander Ovechkin, practically turning Mark Stoll inside out. The Rangers come back in the second. Brandon Period bringing the puck in the zone. Beautiful shot. 2-1 now. And the Hobie Baker winner, Jimmy Vesey, man. This kid is tearing it up right now. Jimmy Vesey pots 2. One amazing goal. The one was off a little rebound. Beautiful goal. 2-2. The next one, Vesey carries the puck in, gets through both defenders, and slides a past Hobie on the backhand. 3-2 Rangers. The Rangers then kill the rest of the clock, and then Rick Nash shields the game with an empty netter, beating one of the best teams in the NHL. The next night, Rangers and Coyotes. The Rangers scored by Josh Juris, and with a great effort, did not quit on the play whatsoever. He gets bumped off the puck, and he still finds a way to slide the puck on the left pad of Louis Domingue. Although he had a great game, he did get injured, and he will be out for at least another month. It kind of works out in a way for Oscar Lindberg, because now Josh Juris goes down, and Oscar Lindberg, who just came back from hip surgery that he got last May, he's fully recovered, and he can finally play in some games. On the power play, JT Miller with a beautiful deflection off the shot by Ryan McDonough. The score is now 2-2 in the third, but the goal by Dan Girardi does not happen without the effort by Brady Shea. Brady Shea skated through the zone, throws it off a beautiful little slit in the boards, right to Dan Girardi. Dan Girardi winds up, fires, 3-2 Rangers. The Rangers kill off the rest of the third period and win that game 3-2. Now the Rangers riding a little bit of a high. They have 2 games off, and then they get the versus Boston, a very tough team. A tough team, but without their starting goaltender, Tuukka Rask. Zane McIntyre making his NHL debut at Madison Square Garden. The Rangers and Boston Bruins knew they both had to come out tough in that game. Obviously, Boston outmatched the Rangers in the first period by a lot. Scoring 2 goals in that first period really gave Boston momentum, but they didn't bring that momentum into the second period. In the second period now, Rick Nash scores a power play goal, and it is 2-1. What an effort by Zane McIntyre, though. He made a couple great saves on that sequence, but he just couldn't stop the puck by Nash, which floated over him and into the net. The New York Rangers' game plan in this game was to just get as many shots on net at the rookie goalie as possible. In the second period, they finally were doing that. Nash scores a power play goal, and then Kevin Hayes throws it on net, hits McIntyre, and into the net. Beautiful bank shot. He was behind the goal line, 2-2, and the Rangers have so much momentum. Another power play for the New York Rangers, which has been a strong point so far this season, which is very surprising because in the years past, they've always had a problem on the power play. The puck is moving around, it finally finds Brandon Period, and he snipes it past the glove of Zane McIntyre, 3-2 New York Rangers. Period was not done yet. The puck bounces off the boards in front of the net. Brandon Period is right there to tap it home. 4-2 Rangers. And Jimmy Vesey makes it 5-2 with a very nice gritty goal going to the net. Beautiful tap in. David Pastrnak did hit him back. Vesey hit him. That was it. Pastrnak got suspended 2 games for a charge on Dan Girardi. They're on a 3-game win streak now, going into Carolina in Raleigh. Home opener for the Carolina Hurricanes. They win 3-2. Jeff Skinner with 2 goals. Everyone thought that he had 3, but Brian Bickle actually deflected off the jersey. They were throwing hats on the ice because they gave away hats as a promotional deal for the home opener. Zuccarello was the only New York Ranger who really stood out to me in that game, not just because he had 2 goals, but just because of his play throughout the whole game. He actually had another chance at the end of the game to tie it up, but just couldn't bury it. Cam Ward stood on his head. Carolina defense was absolutely superb. They did not give anything to the Rangers in that third period. The final game of the week was against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Ryan Callahan making his season debut against the New York Rangers after being hurt. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, the Rangers have to play smart. This is going to be a very close game. Obviously, it wasn't. I was saying to myself, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be tight. We have to really forecheck. We have to make sure we get back. We have to make sure we don't give Stamkos, Kucherov, Palat, Johnson any room to work with. And we have to make sure we stick a guy on Hedman at all times. Well, they didn't even really need to do that. Tampa Bay did not play their best hockey. The Rangers were the best team in every single period, every single zone. They were the better team at all times, and they just really did not give Tampa Bay anything. Rick Nash breakaway, scores, beautiful goal. Instead of trying to deke like he does so often, he shot the puck and went right past Bishop, 1-0 Rangers. Later on, one of the best goals I've seen in a very long time. New York Rangers just passing the puck like it was tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe, Michael Grabner, one-timer, 2-0 Rangers. Just a little bit after that, Jimmy VC's bringing it up into the zone. Virtually a 2-on-1. Just shot the puck, blocker side. Bishop couldn't get it. 3-0 Rangers. Garden goes crazy. Kevin Hayes bringing the puck into the zone. The shot, save Bishop, but there's a rebound. JT Miller has a stick on his ice. Boop. 4-0 Rangers. Michael Grabner, another goal, which was very nice. A nice little breakaway. He could have essentially had 5 goals, Michael Grabner, as he scores his second on the breakaway. His hat-trick goal was very beautifully set up by Kevin Hayes. It spins, it gets past both defensemen, puck just finds Grabner, backhand, forehand. Bishop was completely fooled on it. 6-0 Rangers. Sam Coles does get a power play goal. Bruins a shot it for Antti Raanta. Another little interesting thing I found about this New York Ranger Tampa Bay Lightning game was that the Rangers were without Chris Kreider, who could be their best player so far this year. They were without their starting goaltender, Henrik Lundqvist, as they wanted to give him a night off and Antti Raanta some work. Antti Raanta made 3 or 4 amazing saves that could have really changed the way the game was shaped. I just want to say one thing. One player that has actually been producing, and I'm not surprised that he's producing, but I'm very happy he's finally producing, is Ryan McDonagh. He has 8 assists, and he's tied with the NHL lead in assists. And to me, that's what a captain is. No matter what he's doing, he's always trying to find a way to help his team win. And that is what Ryan McDonagh is doing to this team. First game of the year, Rangers Islanders. My friends came over, we watched it. The Rangers won. Second time they came over was against the Boston Bruins, and they won. Tampa Bay Lightning game, I go over to my friend's house and they win again. So we are all together and we're all gonna try to watch as many games as we can together. And hopefully the Rangers will win all of them, as we're on a 3-game winning streak and 3-0 to start the season. Sometimes I'll do a game review, sometimes I'll do a week review, and most of the time it'll probably just be a week review. But if I do have enough time, I will definitely make specific game reviews. Also coming up will be NHL talk. I did a video on the Dion Phaneuf trade, which was kind of an NHL talk, but I never committed with it, and now I'm going to start committing with it. I'm going to try to drift off the New York Rangers and into the NHL and talk about the first quarter of the NHL year. I will be talking about the moves that our teams are making, clearing waivers with some players. Speaking of that, Dylan McIlrath. Yeah, so we don't really know what's going to happen with that yet. He is in the AHL as he clears waivers. No team picked him up, but we're going to see what happens in the future. Boys, so stay tuned for another weekly review or a game review. See ya!